Hey there, random internet strangers. It's Random Bitcoin Guy. I'm here to show you a new and revamped version of dollar cost average beast mode. Those of you who don't know me, I am on Twitter and I spout a lot about Bitcoin and the dangers of fiat currency. A little background about myself and why you might want to listen to me. A shadowy mathematician with a mysterious past. Not really. I'm a college dropout. And majored in math and physical science. And I saw a lot of issues. I didn't know exactly what was going on until about 2008. That's when I really started studying and understanding the economics behind what was happening. But because of my mathematical background, I knew something wasn't quite right growing up in a broken household, growing up as working poor, and watching my parents struggle and things like that, and how Nixon took us off the fiat standard, made our country a more dangerous and less livable world. I've been a father, a brother, a husband, a mentor, and a fitness enthusiast. When I dropped out of college, I got into martial arts and started studying sports psychology on my own and things like that. And so I got a good understanding of psychology and performance training, things like that. And so I combined all these things together to become and invented this thing called dollar cost average beast mode. And basically, I turned my net worth from 5K into 200K in 24 months with nothing but my income and some math. And I want to explain how I did it, and more importantly, why, because you need a why. That's one of the things I've learned about in motivation is you need some type of why. And when I saw that when they took us off the gold standard in 1971, I grew as a Generation X and one of the first of the Generation X. I saw what the disparity in income created. My parents got divorced because there was never enough money, and so I lived in a single household. I grew up by myself, basically, pretty much feral. I never saw my parents, and so I had to learn a lot of this stuff on my own, and that's I think that helped me out a lot. It hurt me in the beginning, but I think it helped me out a lot in developing a moral compass. So let's move on here a little bit. And let's go on to dollar cost beast mode and what it is exactly. Dollar cost average beast mode strategy is a way to dollar cost average into Bitcoin or many other assets over a long time frame. By using beast mode, you can take advantage of buying more when the prices are suppressed and buying less when the asset is overvalued. When prices are overvalued, cash is set aside in reserve. This reserve will be accessed when prices are suppressed. So basically, we buy less when Bitcoin's going up. We buy more when Bitcoin's going down. And we use dollar cost average. We set aside a specific amount every week. And that's very important to keep that specific amount every week, week after week. And so when we are buying less, we're setting aside those cash dollars so that when the price does get suppressed, we have more money to buy the dips. And that's what it's all about, is buying the dip. And that's what makes it a store of value. A lot of people think that the value is in the highs, and that's incorrect. The value is in the lows. I don't want to go too deep into the details on that. I'll do other videos as we go on, but this is basically the free version of what I'm doing. I'm going to have more advanced versions, but this is a simplified version that anybody can follow, and it's absolutely free. I'm not going to charge anybody anything for this particular version. We get into more advanced versions. I'm going to set up a Patreon group, and it'll be very inexpensive I know there's a lot of people out there, especially if you're maybe living in a foreign country and you don't have a lot of cash assets. This is perfect for you, because it's absolutely free and don't charge anything for it. If anything, all I ask you to do is use my affiliate links if you haven't purchased, or not purchased, but got the materials needed to do this. So let's move on. Dollar cost beast mode average is for everyone. It's for regular working class folks. You set aside a little bit from your paycheck every week, and then being consistent. That's the key to it, is being consistent. It's for students. You can do this with very minimal amounts. Retirees, if you're on a fixed income, fixed budget, you can set money aside. If you're able to do that, I know it's very difficult because of us going off the gold standard, and they're pumping money hand over fist into the market, creating inflation. So it's that's causing cost of living increases. And I was actually just listening to some seniors today bragging about how they got a $50 raise on their Social Security checks. But that's not even keeping up with the cost of food and fuel. The sophisticated long-term investor. Some of my more advanced stuff is a little bit more sophisticated than what I show here in the free version. And so hopefully that you see what I'm trying to accomplish, that you might be able to benefit from this. And then for traders, I've been a trader. I've done originally I was in forex trading, trading foreign currencies, and but I saw the potential in cryptocurrencies, and then when I saw the dangers of fiat currencies, when I finally put everything together, I never looked back, and I found Bitcoin and use it as a store of value. And what I see happen with a lot of traders is they get into all those other cryptocurrencies, those little shit coins and whatever, and they try to buy low, sell high, and whatever, and their fear and their greed gets to them, and a lot of them get wiped out. A lot more people get wiped out than people that actually make it, and a lot of people just get lucky. It takes a lot of discipline and skill to do trading. That's what's great about dollar cost beast mode average strategy, is that it doesn't require a whole lot of discipline. The only discipline it requires of you is to cut your spending down and boost up your savings. And I'm going to do a separate video on that when we get to how I did it exactly. But this is just the actual strategy itself. The advantages over trading when you're doing dollar cost average beast mode. It's not much financial literacy is required. You don't need to be a financial guru, although I've really boned up on my study of economics and how the whole machine works. You don't really need that. You just need a little bit of basic understanding of some charting and averaging and things like that. And pretty much everything. If you got 5th grade math, you can do this. It's not difficult at all. Saves on taxes. Now this might vary by jurisdiction. If you're listening from a foreign country, or I'm speaking as an American and as a Floridian. So my tax situation might be different than yours, and this is not tax advice, but because Bitcoin is considered property, it is not taxed when you purchase it. It's only taxed when you sell it. So, and I'm going to show you strategies on how to never, ever, ever have to sell it ever again. And then as more and more money goes off, more and more Bitcoin comes off the market, the price goes up. The value goes up, as I should say. You want to kind of start shying away from thinking in terms of dollars and thinking in terms of more Bitcoin instead. It compounds over time because we're not paying taxes. So if you're in trading, one of the things you might not know about trading is when you're trading, you're trying to buy high, sell low, and all that, then there's a tax on that. And then if it's happens within the same year, that tax is over 40% in some instances. Now, if it's over a year, if you're lucky enough to hold a trade that long, some type of swing trade or something like that, then your taxes are only 28%, or depending upon your jurisdiction. Some places like Puerto Rico, it's a little bit different. But in order to get those benefits, if you're not a citizen of Puerto Rico, if you weren't born there, you got to give $10,000 a year to the government, and to get that free tax rate, stuff like that. Or maybe El Salvador, you might have heard that they don't tax Bitcoin, but in order to be a citizen of El Salvador, you got to give them 3 Bitcoin. And most people don't have 3 Bitcoin laying around to just hand over. And then, so what this does is we don't have that tax. So that 40%, that 20, 30, 40% gets compounded. That's automatic. People don't realize that, but that's part of compounding, is that being able to not pay those taxes on those assets. So that's a part of the compounding in this strategy, and it's a big part. It's a huge part. Less stress. We don't have to worry. You can almost completely automate this system. So it's no stress. You can actually almost set it and forget it. You have to check it once a day, but you can even, if you keep an eye on the Bitcoin price, you don't even really have to check it all that much. So that saves a lot of time. That's our most valuable asset, is time. Time is something we can't get back. I can go and make more money. I can make more kids. I can make more stuff, but I can't make more time. I'm only here for a certain amount of seconds every day. And so part of trading is that you're sitting in front of a computer all day with your head on a swivel, looking at this, looking at that, trying to, and you have no life outside. You have no family, and you lose all your friends, and everybody thinks you're crazy, things like that. And you can actually go out and have a life outside of trading. And then with this strategy, you can start with as little as $7 a week. I wanted to give the free version out so that anybody can do this. If you're in a third world country where you only make 10, 20, 20 bucks a day or something like that. I don't know your situation, but I do know that if you can save $7 a week, you can do this strategy. That's as low as that I could get it and make it automated. You could probably do it for even less, but it would be a challenge to do it in an automated fashion. So let's move on. 2 things that you're going to need. You're going to need the TradingView app or use their website. I prefer the website, but you can use the app as well. And you're going to need Strike. TradingView is a free website app where you can chart hundreds of thousands of assets, but we're only going to chart Bitcoin versus the United States dollar. And if you'd like, maybe you're living in a foreign country and you are tracking it with the euro or the Great Britain pound or the yen or the peso or whatever your denomination of currency that you earn your money in. That's very important. Most people are going to use the dollar because it is currently the standard, the world reserve currency. And I'm going to do a separate video just on the dangers of that alone. So I'm going to do a whole video coming up here shortly. It'll be the next video. We're going to do a TradingView quick overview and all you really need to know to do this particular strategy if you've never used TradingView before. Strike is a free app where you can link your bank account and purchase Bitcoin automatically with no fees. I'm not so sure where Strike is completely available as far as being global. I just know that if the country that you're in has access to the United States dollar, you should be able to use Strike. I don't know as far as how well the banking system works in your country. I just know that we can do direct deposit. You can actually do direct deposit in the United States and directly deposit your DCA for the week into the Strike app. And so there's no fees for that. But you can also use the plaid system to pull your money out of your account if you don't want it automatically pulled out of your paycheck. These two apps are what you need for the free version of Beast Mode. This is all you'll need, and they're both free. All I ask is that you use the links in the video descriptions below. I get a small kickback, and I think you might get $5 or something for Strike. I'm not real sure about that. It's not necessary. I'm doing this completely free because I believe in Bitcoin so much that this can change the world and change our understanding about what money is and how getting away from the gold standard has made this a very sick and dangerous world, and how we can make it better if we all band together and say enough and choose Bitcoin over a violent fiat system. So that's all I have for this video. The next video is going to be a trading view tutorial. If you like what you hear, click like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.